Okay, welcome to another day in paradise. Another day off for me, so that means working on my car. Awesome. Anyway, what I've done just recently is I have, yes, I've turned into a bit of a socky bubba, and I put some carpet back in. Yes, carpet. Yes, I know. And I've had to trim it around the tunnel a little bit to make it fit around the pipes and things. But just, the carpet weighed all of about 1 kilo, so it's thin, horrible carpet. I've peeled all the under seal, under felt backing off it. It's pretty much there just for cosmetic things to make it look a little bit more comfortable. Like I said, make it just look a little bit more comfortable, feel a little bit more comfortable. I don't think noise and sound deadening is really going to be a thing in this car. So anyway, so I've popped the seat in, it's all mounted, it's all nice and tight, and everything seems to work out. All my anchor points worked out fine, they're all good. My seatbelt anchorages are all intact in the right place. And this side here I haven't put, there's the carpet, good shot of the carpet. Looks nice. I've trimmed the back off where it goes up the back walls there, just sort of announced in 2 pieces. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do around these pipes, whether I'm going to cover it or just leave it, who knows. But for now, it's all good. Today's job is I'm going to be working on my gear selector. I've been trying to be a bit fancy in the past, and I was trying to make an electric shifter for the gearbox. I don't know if you can see it down here or not. This unit here. I had an electric motor ratcheting it. I'll get in there. I had an electric motor in here ratcheting it on each of these little webs that indicate a gear, and it would hook into one of them and click it, hook it, click it, hook it, click it. But it was a bit temperamental. Sometimes the ratchet pulls wouldn't sort of grab onto it properly. Sometimes it would shift 2 gears at once. And I was going to have some buttons on my steering wheel to shift it up and down through the gears. I'm trying to be fancy, but in the end I think I was trying to be a bit too fancy, and it just didn't really work out. So now I'm going back to the old tried and true tested cable with a shifter. I mean, part of the reason why I was pushing so hard for a push button on the steering wheel was because, as a lot of you have already asked, there's no room for a shifter of any kind, especially a manual shifter. I was manual with these pipes in the way. I mean, I could possibly, if I was going to go manual, one day I could put a shifter on top of those pipes. It would be high, but I mean, a lot of guys have their shifters high these days. But for now, I'm going to run with the auto, see if it works. It may just explode itself, who knows. And I'm going to make a shifter. I've sort of worked out where it needs to be, just sort of behind that gear lever there. It's going to have to be very skinny, sort of low profile shifter in terms of width, so that it doesn't interfere with the seat or pipe work and handbrake lever, all those things to consider. So my job for today is to sort of try and mock up something and get this thing ready to shift gears. And I've got a cable coming the right length. The factory cable was too short. I've got manual shifter cables, they're a little bit too short, so I've got like an aftermarket shifter cable coming. It's 6 foot in length, and hopefully I can make that work. So I'll show you what I've got. Alright, it's another day. I thought I'd show you what I've done. It's a pretty crazy looking contraption, but it seems to do the job. I didn't film a lot of it because a lot of it was, grinding, welding, mucking around, grinding, welding. So this is what I've got. As I mentioned before, it's a ratchet style sort of shifter. I'll just change this down. Can I change it down? No. Anyway, it's a ratchet style top on it. It clicks in, and then that's reverse, that's neutral, that's first, that's second, that's third, that's fourth. And then to go back again, and back into park. So that's the operation of it. It is, yeah, pretty crazy, but it seems to work. And this is the gear linkage at the back there, so that's from park. And then back again, back into it. Now it sounds a bit clunky in that, but I'm sure that won't really matter when you're cruising around. So it's a manualized, well, I'm hoping it's going to be a manualized auto. So I will be shifting gears myself. I've just got to wire up some sort of circuitry box for the deal, just to see what happens. I'm not sure if it's really the right thing to do or not. They do it on the Americans do it on the DSM Eagles and whatever the hell they have over there for drag racing. They do a diode trick. It's called a Kigley loom or something they put into it, where they just power the solenoids 100%, and that gives them full pressure, as far as I can understand, in every gear. This is a little bit more complicated gearbox. Instead of having just 2 solenoids, it's got about 4. It's actually got 5, but fifth one's an overdrive. So we will see what happens. It may just explode, who knows. So, but at this stage here, I can change gears from inside the car and take it for a drive, like I said before, in 3rd gear. Only it's a default setting that the Mitsubishi gearbox goes into, 3rd gear in reverse. And then I'll just have a play with it, build up some circuitry, some simple wiring, and just see if it can actually end up selecting the gears, you know, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So we'll see what happens. But as far as my everybody talking about where you're going to put your shifter, well, that's where I'm going to put it. And yeah, it's not the most sexiest thing I've ever built, of course, but I think it's going to do the trick. As you can see, I don't have a shift knob for it, so it's got 3 layers of Senko hosing on it to make a pretty red and blue shift knob. Yay. Anyway, alright, that's signing off on the shifter for now. I probably will take it for another drive with a better fuel map in it to see if I can drive it a bit better and not have it so lean, and then I will get into the circuitry. I've got some bits and bobs coming for it, but that'll be next on my list. Choice. Alright, see ya.